Hey guys, it's Braden here, and today we're taking a look at these guys. These Zuru Surprise Dino Strike Pterodactyl and Ankylosaurus. So basically, what the Surprise Dino Strike is basically there are these little eggs with these assemblable figures inside of them, and once you've assembled them, you can well, basically, they're random hacked, so you never know which ones you're going to get, so it's possible to get repeats. I think there's around like 10 or so figures in the lineup, and they're pretty ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. Just look at these two things. But either way, let's get started with this. I'm going to start with the Pterodactyl, because this is the first one I opened, and I'm going to start by actually detaching, so you can get a better look at the dinosaur. Well, not dinosaur, pterosaur. And yes, these missiles do have a tendency to fire off on their own. And I'm going to start by detaching his entire armor section. And to do that, you actually, without disassembling the armor, you actually have to decapitate him, unfortunately. And another problem is the pieces on these guys don't like to get off. But, okay, now I'm not going to actually show the assembly process for this guy because it takes a bit, but here we have him in his unarmored pterosaur form. Very, very orange is what I will say about this guy, and I just realized his wing is disconnected. Yeah, that's a problem with these figures, is that the pieces have a tendency to pop off, which is unfortunate, especially when it's like that. Now, accuracy-wise, I'm not really gonna even give this guy the time of day, because, I mean, look at him, you know he's not going to be accurate. But, he does have an action gimmick, which is if you point the head up, his wings flap. He does have a bit of articulation. He actually is pretty poseable. His mouth can open, but the jaw joint feels, on mine, I don't know if this is on all of them, but on mine it feels incredibly loose, so I'm not going to open the mouth too much. The wings, well, they can flap, but they can't actually hold a pose. Not really, anyways. The legs are... Yeah, the legs are completely static, so forget what I said about him having any posability. He just... All you can really do is open the mouth. Now, once again, I'm going to have to decapitate him, but I will actually do that specifically so I can show you his battle mask, or... Well, that's not what it's called, but that's what I like to call it. You slide this on here, and it does kind of cover his entire face, but whatever. My main problem with this armor is that there's no way to actually get it to stay on. And this armor piece is actually two separate pieces, you're supposed to be able to split them in half. These were split in half when I first got them out, but yeah, they don't want to split, so we're gonna not do that. Now, up here, you slide this in, and there you go. And actually, I'm kind of curious, can you slide it on the other way? No, you cannot. Well, maybe. No, you can't. You cannot slide it in that way. You will need to slide it in like that. And now reattach the head. And my main problem is the armor doesn't really clip on. It just kind of slides into place. And there we have him armored, but we don't have him weaponized. And his weapons, the weapons that come with this guy, are twin missile launchers. Really remind me of a Transformers figure. Now, they are spring-loaded, so once you... And these do shoot pretty damn far. Well, they can. It's a little difficult to actually shoot this thing. Yeah, as you can see, that actually shot pretty damn far. These things can shoot... When I was opening this, and I was on a video call on Discord when I was opening this, they actually, one of these shot me in the damn face. Okay, now, you attach them like this. Well, attach that one like this, and then you attach this other one up down here. And there you go. You have him with his twin missile launchers. Not gonna lie, that looks really, really silly, but it looks really cool. So we're gonna move him off to the side for a minute and take out the Ankylosaurus, who is much less difficult to assemble, fully armored. So I'm gonna take his armor off. Getting his mask off is a bit difficult, but here he is in his dino unarmored form. I can definitely tell this is meant to be an Ankylosaurus. Its accuracy is... but you know what? It's clear this line isn't aiming for accuracy. So I'm gonna let it slide. He's actually a bit more posable. Never mind, scratch that. He is completely unposable. His legs can barely move. But he does have also an action gimmick, which is if you bob his head up and down, his tail will waggle. It's supposed to swing further, but you kind of have to do that manually, and if you do that, his head will bob up and down. But, and I'm gonna actually take his weapon off briefly so I can... Oh, geez, that launched pretty far. So I'll show you what he looks like without the weapons. And there's his mask. And then his armor just sort of slides in like that. And there we have our Ankylosaurus in his armored form, but not with his weapon, which in this case is a big-ass cannon, which shoots off like that. Yeah, pretty much the same deal. I looked at the checklist of the other figures, and they kind of look like they're all the same deal. And holy crap! As you can see, these shoot off. These also have a tendency to just fire when they feel like it. But here we have him weaponized. I'm gonna be honest, that's just awesome. Just an Ankylosaurus with a missile launcher on its back. That's just cool. Oh, but in addition to this, now I'm not sure if you can mix and match parts from these guys with other guys. But what I know you can do is mix and match weapons. And that is where we get to the sort of combining weapons feature. Now, I only have 2 of these guys, so I can't actually really combine them that much. But with the... like that, we get a tri-missile launcher pterodactyl. That's awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit, I would not want to see that coming towards me. But yeah, you can attach that missile launcher to the back of the pterodactyl, or alternatively, you could just attach one of the missile launchers to the back, and have one of the others on the bottom, I guess. Now for the Anky, it's a little more difficult because on him, and the missile fired off again. The 2 missile launchers from the pterodactyl don't really want to stay on. Give me a second, I gotta go find out where that launched so far back. That launched all the way over my head and hit the laundry that's hanging up nearby. Oh shit. Okay, now attach this, and you can be very careful not to shoot myself in the face again. Oh shit. Okay, there. Now, unfortunately, on him, these don't really want to stay on too well. But once you get them all attached, you get this, and that is so cool. I love the way that looks. It's an Ankylosaurus with 3 missile launchers. That will never not be awesome. Unfortunately, these 2 launchers do not like to stay up particularly well. So just trying to get them to fire will probably cause them to fall off. But you know what? These 2 guys are just really, really cool. So would I buy these guys? Well, if you're interested in something stupid like this, go right ahead. These guys are only $5 each. Each one of these guys was only $5, so if you have a decent amount of money, you can probably get a decent number of these guys and get a pretty big collection of them. I'm probably going to buy more of these guys when I see, next time I go to like a Walmart or something, or a Target, or somewhere that sells these guys. But yeah, if you're not interested, then pass, but eh.